Hey party people, Coach Martin here. Today we're going to make tofu scramble. Follow me. So first you need a block of extra firm tofu. Anything less than extra firm and your scramble ends up being more like pudding and less like real eggs. So be careful when you cut this thing open because it's full of water and it tends to splash all over the place, and next thing you know you have a huge mess. So basically it's just a spongy bunch of soybeans. Next you want to basically squash the water out of it. So I have one of these fancy tofu presses, but if you don't have one of those, I'll show you another way to get the water out of these things. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to purchase one of these tofu presses. It doesn't make it pretty simple because you can kind of let it sit there and drain for a while and go do something else and come back to it a few minutes later. So why tofu? Well, I avoid animal protein for health reasons. It's got fat in it and stuff that's no good for my heart. Something I started doing after my heart attack in an effort to make sure I never have another. Runs in my family, and I'm kind of cursed with that gene. So if you don't have a press, you can put your tofu on a cookie sheet or in some sort of pan, doesn't really matter, it doesn't need to be fancy. Put something else on top of it, and then you can start adding weight, books, anvils, whatever it takes to squash the water out of that tofu. Every now and then, go back to your tofu press and screw it down a little more, squashes more of the water out. Same thing with your makeshift press. Add some more weight to it, or you can even press it down on your hands. Squirt some of that water out. Next up, you want to start prepping whatever you're going to mix in with your tofu scramble. Today I'm using butter beans out of a can. Just something that's hard to find fresh. Rinse them off, let them drain for a while, and save them for the last step. While your tofu is draining, it's time to get the rest of the stuff ready. I'm going to put mushrooms, onions, whatever, bacon, whatever you choose to put in your scramble. Now's the time to do it while that tofu is draining. Take your tofu, use your hands, just crumble it up. And at this step, we're just trying to cook out the remaining water. We're going to add some spices to it. Tofu is kind of flavorless. It takes on whatever spice that you're cooking with. So turmeric. Turmeric is the magic ingredient. Of course, it's got a lot of health benefits, but it also makes your white tofu yellow. Makes it look just like scrambled eggs. Mix it up, keep turning it. Before you know it, bam! You got your tofu scramble ready to go. Salt and pepper, whatever else you choose to flavor it with. Like I said, it takes on whatever flavor you cook it with. So I just throw mine in a big bowl. I meal prep, so I'm making 4 or 5 or 6 servings of it. Just start adding together all your ingredients. Got potatoes. Gonna put my butter beans in there. Like I said, whatever you choose to put in there, it's totally up to you. And every week I basically experiment with it. Add different things to it, different beans, different potatoes, mushrooms, onions. Like I said, whatever you want to mix in there, you go right ahead and do that. So a cup is about a serving. So if you're just gonna go ahead and start eating it, get yourself a cup worth of it, and that's about a serving. The rest of it I'm going to store in some containers. I fill the container up, and when it comes time to eat, I just take a cup of whatever's in there, and that's my serving for that particular meal. And like I said before, I make this for, well, it lasts me a week. Yeah, so there you go, tofu scramble. And like I said, whatever you can dream up, so many combinations go together. I've had spinach, broccoli, mushrooms, onions. I've even tried that fake vegan sausage stuff in there. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to make this vegetarian or vegan. If you want to, you can add bacon, you can add sausage. Um, it's just to me, it's just a healthier choice to avoid the animal protein. And as far as using, I guess you could make one or two meals with real eggs. Problem with that is they don't store like tofu does. You can't really freeze eggs. They don't fare well. But with the tofu, you can freeze it, you can refrigerate it, and all you gotta do is throw it in the microwave, and it's just like the very same day that you made it. So there you have it. So if you want to see some more of these recipes or some fitness videos, whatever, I'm going to be publishing a whole bunch of this stuff for the over 50, 60 crowd. Help us make some better life choices and start living a little healthier lifestyle. Subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll be seeing you guys around.